the Patio PolitiCz.
Yo. Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, all that in a good time.
Yes, sir.
Whatever side of the world you may be on, whether you be on the East Coast, you be down south, you be up north, you be in between the scene in the Midwest, right here on the West with your boys or in a whole nother country. We thank y'all for listening and viewing live here on the patio. You already know who it is, but in case you don't, it's the KING MACMILLI, and I'm not by myself. I'm here with my other riders, and they go by from the left to the right.
Kendon,
Yeah.
Trouble T today, man. We talking about Trouble T.
Yes, sir. It's your man J Fifth. We live in the building, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. It's going down, man. What the title is today, man?
Man, I'm just trying to see if my black men here are feeling modern. Y'all feeling modern today? You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit.
ancient than a motherfucker.
Ancient in the motherfucker. We're going to have to discuss.
Old soul with a modern, a modern,
okay.
what do you call it? Phenotype.
I will call myself adjustable modern. Modernly adjustable. Yeah, making up words because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
We going to talk about the PPPs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Not the loans, ladies and gentlemen. Not the loans.
Say profiles, what's that?
Man, provider, protector, or partner. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Do we want to look at this from all aspects? Are we looking at it from a positive aspect, negative aspect, struggle?
We gonna break this shit down.
We're going to break them all down.
Gonna get all the way into it, and
So what you said? You said provider, protector, or partner.
or a partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you a provider, a protector, or a partner, or is it a combination?
Or a
of
prisoner.
two?
Or a prisoner.
The 4 P's?
Or a prisoner. Yeah, we had our prisoner.
Prisoner of pussy, 5 P's.
That's a good one.
We gonna hit this theme, and y'all stay tuned and let's get into this conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
We hope you stay a while, cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like, yeah. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. I said it's right for life. Come in with the shows that you like. We trying to be the best on the mic. DJ playing cuts that you like, yeah. It could be the start of your day, or maybe just the end of your night. But if you're rocking with us, Patio PolitiCz is gonna do you right. Oh, cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life, yeah. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. We hope you stay a while.
Yes.
We do hope you stay a while, because if you don't,
We're going to modernize the fuck out of you.
Jesus.
Shit. Trouble T today.
Is that a good thing?
That's open for interpretation.
Is that a good thing? Oh man, the three P's, 4 P's, 5 P's. How many P's you come to be? You know what I'm saying?
7 P's.
Provider, protector, or partner. You know what I'm saying? Fellas. Traditional roles versus modern expectations. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where we're gonna start first. You know what I'm saying? Are men still expected to be the primary providers out here?
Ooh.
Expected.
Expectations.
Keyword.
Fuck. I would say in today's time, are we? No. Now with all this feminist and women empowerment shit, nah.
We're not expected.
We're not expected anymore by regular women.
Yeah, I was about to say by who? Who is this by?
Yeah,
Come on with it. Come on with it.
We're not expected by these modernized women, Eurocentric way of thinking women. Now they think they can take care of the household, wear the pants and all that. So I would say, like, damn, that's now the expectations have changed for black men. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking at us as protectors and providers no more. It's more so, I would say, y'all know I was gonna say that last P. I would say partners. I would say partners.
Is it a split between that and last P?
Partners and prisoners.
Yeah.
God damn it. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
What about y'all?
Man. Reiterate that question for me.
Are men still expected to be the primary provider?
sad to say, man, I believe the narrative I'm seeing, yes, we are, man. Agreeing with my king brother over.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but yes, man, we expected that bullshit, man.
Because you talking about traditional roles and then today's expectations. That's why it's like it gets tricky.
It gets real tricky.
Because you can be in California, right? Mm-hmm. And man, if you ain't got a certain education, you ain't got a certain system or whatever, like the expectation that's put on you, man. But as opposed to somebody that's probably up in like a whole nother country to where it's easier to do certain things, but when the cost of living is high where you at,
And now go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I was gonna say just I believe that the expectation is there. The way that society plays out the narrative is because of the expectation, which is designed to, I think, especially as black men, keep us down. Because the expectation in the back of the mind is still there. I mean, think about it. At the end of the day, if you a man with a family and something happens to your home, nobody goes to the woman being like,
"Why come? How come?
What the hell happened?" They're like, "Man, what happened to your family's home?
Where's the man here?
Where you at?"
And I think when it comes to blame, that's when they want to bounce back to the traditional roles.
Right. Yeah.
Let's break it down for context. Context. So what are traditional roles for the black man? I believe yes, provider, protector, partner. If y'all got any too,
take care of the household, make sure you pay the bills.
Yep.
Make sure the foundation is set.
Yep.
And protect everybody in the home. Protect your lady, of course. Protect the children.
Breadwinner in a lot of cases.
Sense of security.
Yeah, and I think that too comes under protection. No, that comes under provider.
I think,
but wouldn't I protect?
You gotta lay it down, and you gotta come on. You gotta be able to love on her,
man. Yeah, that part.
Wouldn't they not be the same thing, protecting and providing?
No.
How so?
Nah, because
different areas.
You can provide for a woman, but she cannot feel protected. Like
even if you provide protection,
she can mean physically. Women want to know when they go in public with you, they ain't got to worry about nobody jumping out on them, kidnapping them, like getting the door for them, like that type of shit. They want a man's man, macho man, like a,
where they at?
What, a macho man?
Nah, not them.
Oh, them women.
You think that way? I think more of them think that way than will admit. It's just the culture and climate that we live in.
Yeah,
they're more susceptible to doing like what's expected around their peers and suppressing what it is they really want. So like when he says that that's what they really want.
And I'm gonna say the households they come from too. That can kind of differentiate to where women have different expectations.
Man, especially that single parent shit.
That's dope. Hey, but you know what though, man? I done had different women that come from single parent households, right? I'm gonna say two different women. One of them felt like the man was supposed to provide. Yeah, felt like the man was supposed to do everything. Damn. Another one seen her mom do everything to where she's seen that, man, I can do this on my own if I have to. Yeah, and she's the type of woman like, man, I want to be able to work for myself. But like, yeah, if you can't provide, that's cool. But no, I like to work. Like I want to be able to work for myself, and we get so much more done doing it together.
Which be the case a lot of times, man. When it's You
gotta get to that point though of being able to work together, which is something that has to be overcome by the ego trip that's out there.
I think, and that's when it comes into them expectations. Like, what are your like? If I'm getting with a woman, she should or probably gonna ask me, what is my expectation? What are your expectations for me as your woman, and vice versa, and all that. So let's break down like what do we think the traditional role is for a woman? I would say to be the nurturer, listener. I would say co-provider as well. You get what I'm saying? Because if I'm out grinding and getting it all the time, you're gonna have to be able to provide for the kids. You're gonna have to be able to protect the kids. If I'm working all the time, you're gonna have to be there. You know what I'm saying? Which ties down to me. Go back to me. Maybe training her how to shoot, training her how to protect the house, or these are the steps that you need to take whenever I'm not home. That blah 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 blah. If this happens, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, but that comes with a partnership, man. Y'all got to be really locked in for that shit. Because I feel now the expectations for women is nigga, you can't do for me, I can do for myself.
Man, you ain't just fit to get that just because you asking for it and think you worthy of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes some of these women don't take for only a partner to come in because man, you got a daughter of your own, man. Teaching that to daughter too,
man. Exactly.
But that's a repeat of what you see in generations of that mindset coming forth, because to me the whole notion of I can do this by myself, don't need no one, but at the same time I'm crying out that life is so hard for me. It's like
Want your cake and eat it too.
Well, one of them things you misinterpret freedom. You really what you're saying by the whole I don't need no nigga, I can do this on my own is I want the freedom to live as I please and do as I please on my own. Okay, cool. Yeah, pay the price of it as well.
That's contradictory because they want that, but they don't want to pay the price that comes with it.
Man.
And then cry wolf when that shit do happen.
Right.
That's how I go. And then I think too, man, a lot of women expectations for us is to know what they want. But it's like, how the fuck can we know what you want if you don't even know what you want?
Man, and that goes into the question that I was going to ask. Like, as a provider, like, how do we know what a provider is when we weren't shown, we weren't taught? How do the women know what a provider is when they weren't shown, they weren't taught, but we have this high risk of asking for what this one thing could potentially
I think, go ahead.
I don't think it's a one size fit all because what you may have to provide for this woman, you may not have to provide for the next. And I'm going to say there is some foundational pieces. Like, we know for a fact that, 9 times out of 10, the woman is more emotional than we are.
Yes.
And so we have a lot to do as far as keeping the flow and the balance right to where we keeping everybody on course of our plans, our end goals.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna get foggy sometimes. Be like, look, baby, don't worry about all of that. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be straight. Don't worry about this. The kids, like, just to keep the flow and the balance right. But I'm just saying that to say that I believe that, it can change depending on who we dealing with.
I feel like one can't work without the other too. Like, meaning she can't work without me and I can't work without her.
Yeah.
Right.
So if a show got
supposed to be.
Exactly. So if a show got to be a balance and to add to what Kay was saying to answer your question, if both ain't never had no foundation or learning tool to overstand or understand how to create that dynamic, that family dynamic, I feel that's where self-education got to come in at. Because I feel when bullshit arise, that'd be the main excuse with people. Well, I ain't had this, I ain't had no example. I ain't had no example of this. It's like there's examples everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't need an example to learn how to fuck, but you was out fucking.
Right.
Your parents didn't sit in a room with you and say, "Watch us."
So you,
watch us, and then you go practice that with. Nah, but we found ways to learn on our own out of curiosity. So I feel
curiosity and interest.
Man, that part. So go ahead.
No, go.
So I'm saying if she ain't never had no example and you ain't had the example, find out together. There's movies you guys can watch, shows, books that y'all can read. Like, turn it into, like, when y'all watch movie night, man, let's take notes and really school ourselves on how to become like this couple on this TV.
Trying to have that type of fun.
So what you just spoke.
Yeah, that's fun. That's what I'm saying. That's fun, ladies. That's fun shit to the real ones. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see what you just said there is ideal, and then to also answer your question, what I was gonna get at too is to know what it looks like, or I don't say what it looks like, what it really is like to be a provider, or even be a woman that's provided for by a man who is quote unquote one. We don't learn what it is the same way I said on a similar show. Like, I didn't know what baby mamas or baby daddies were until I just start hearing people talk about it, and then see it on TV, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is what it is. Not realizing that it's not what they're feeding it to me as, and then again, shout out to Shahrazad Ali who spoke on this.
Shout out to her.
On the sense of what we are fed is what we are told. Like she spoke many times on how they think that provision is us going and giving them whatever we earn out in the world. That's why I've said on many other shows, black men finding their value in what a woman's opinion is of them, which usually stretches to what he earns or what he can bring and give to her, versus she was saying you need a parental coalition of the black man and the black woman, because presence alone, like for y'all, especially as fathers, how much scratch all the other shit that you do. If the world was in an apocalyptic state, how much more does presence play a part for your kids than anything else?
Yeah, more than a mom.
That's number one.
Presence. But what I'm saying with
in
that,
a situation like that, like how you're saying, if you bringing up that situation, in some cases more than the mothers.
But presence is something that they don't see as valuable as the kids actually need.
Yeah, because they're clowns.
That's where the whole mentality of I don't need no man comes from, because it's like you underestimate the value of his actual presence. And especially it ain't gonna help it if you don't like him, or if you holding feelings against him because he don't want to be with you.
And as a son, like, not even speaking as a father, as a son.
Yeah, man.
With
that part.
That's the biggest thing that I look back on, was like, man, remember this, remember that. Forget what you done. Like, it's the presence.
And even those that don't got fathers, like uncles, big cousins, older siblings, older homeboys, G homies. You get what I'm saying? That were father figures and big brother figures, to be in place of pops and all that.
Let me also ask y'all this, to those who may have or may have not had it. Do y'all have any experiences from when y'all were younger where you remember being a little kid and the excitement you got when your dad came home? Like, could you ever hear your dad pulling up in the driveway.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah.
Yep.
I mean, I was searching for cars, but because I wanted certain things at certain times that I knew was coming, so I never had that excitement of, oh, such and such is here. It's just like, oh, word,
man,
it's time for me to get X, Y, and Z because A, B, and C is happening right now. Like, so I was always car watching for that. Like, where my grandma's car at? Is it in the driveway yet? Is it time to eat yet? Like that type of shit. But like, as far as like being excited because somebody's coming home, like never.
Well, and you know, unfortunately, in our community, that happens a lot because of many of our predicaments. But I'm even saying just that the experience alone, or you see how like some kids may be excited for dad to come home, and the first thing they do is wrap around your leg.
Yeah,
I mean, I've run up on my woman before. Yeah, like, oh, baby home.
Now, what you're saying, T. A lot of the clowns and dummies that T is referring to is the women who can relate to that shit. You only can over and enter and understand what you can relate to. So if they didn't grow up with that, they don't understand the feeling of a man's presence being that and everything. Right. They don't appreciate when a man comes in from a hard day of work, knowing he been taking shit from massa all day, or his boss, aka his boss, all day, but coming in the house, sitting down and shit, and saying, I'm here with my family. What's up, y'all? Fuck everything outside this house. It's about what's about to crack in the inside. After working 12-hour days.
A good portion of them ain't got no man.
Yeah,
that's
of
gonna
course.
provide that to them, or ain't seen that type of provision from a man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, the parental coalition that Shahrazad Ali was even talking about, one thing that I look at that I'm grateful for, I didn't even realize my dad instilled in me. My dad didn't have to be on me every second about academics, but he was enough times to the point that I even knew when he came home. When I was a little kid, you know, and like I said, you want to hug around or wrap his leg in something, and then next thing you know,
where that homework at, boy?
Where that homework at?
Yeah.
And but they don't see things like, well, I can do that.
That's structure though.
I don't need no nigga. They don't realize that
structure though.
There's more things at play there than you can see.
We got to stop speaking to them because those are broads who don't want to change, man. Fuck them. They clowns to me because they're the reason our people are in the tarnishment that they in, man.
But I teach so many of their kids, man. That's what's frustrating.
Yeah, but you are one teacher. They got and they go to a tribe full of that toxic shit of people that don't want to change.
It's true.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? So you can't even bring up Miss Ali in the same sentence or paragraph as these women because they don't like her because she speak on the pyramid of a relationship, the stature of a man in a household, and how she honors and respects her husband, not no fucking nigga she's fucking and letting stand in her house. Like, this is her husband. So by God and by law, she is honoring this man. They don't get that. They don't want to because when you get married and when you have a man like that, you got to follow law and order. And she's teaching you, I ain't losing sleep following law and order because this is the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Man.
She's healthy. She look good. She's of sound mind and spirit. She ain't sitting here doing that Patti LaBelle shit saying, I'm going to end a 40, 50-year relationship because I want to be for the streets again at 80-something years old.
Man.
See?
And you got a lot of people out here taking shit for granted, like
expectation, for no reason.
Like man, like once they get something, it's like then they stop appreciating it for what it is, but not knowing like man, this man is dealing like y'all said it though. This man is dealing with a lot. Like he ain't got to come in here and
for real
and get the same energy, you know. And
never appreciate
and providing it looks different too. Like it don't always look like bringing something to the table financially. Sometimes it look like just energetically. Like, like to where just providing the energy that's needed in the space. Like say for instance, if you're dealing with a income where the man probably getting SSI or something and he don't physically go work, but he's in the household probably more than she is or something like that. What are some ways that he can provide? Is his worth any less than because he's not going to go get it? But just say for instance he coming in there though, man, the mood is down. Probably she's upset by what she's dealing with in family. Man, the kids crying, they not this. He might be the one that come in there and turn everybody energy up. Now she's
turn that
happy
shit upside down.
Man, she's happy when she's cooking. Now the baby ain't even on mama so much because you taking the baby and you like, nah, come on, we about to have fun and just redirecting their energy.
That's that balance, right?
To where you providing from the back to where now they don't even realize now she's more happy and motivated.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's a mirror though. It works both ways because they do the same for us to where we go out there now. And I want to go provide now. And I want to go do all that because look what I'm coming home to.
Yes. Man, I was gonna speak on the fact too that like the same group that you said we got to figure out a way to get them out of the conversation somehow. the reason why.
Yeah, stop bringing them up.
Well, I mean, you know, but you want to help. I guess for me, when I deal with their kids all the time, you don't. It's because they're affecting other people that you can't just leave them on an island themselves. You
got to be ready to what comes with that, because now you're tapping into the supernatural. You're tapping into spiritual shit. Yeah. So that's a battle. You got to be like, that's Batman, Superman shit. That's you saying, I'm gonna save these people, even though they might become villains.
Yeah,
you got to understand the enemy don't like that. So now he's gonna wage war and put you on his bulletin as public enemy number one. For you trying to affect this generational curse I want to carry on for the next thousand of years.
It's already being carried out.
Yeah.
Carried out.
So it's like, now you want to jump in front of that bullet. He like, okay, I got to send a whole arson after you. Are you ready for that?
Man, I mean, and that's why I asked.
I do it. So,
no, but I'm saying, have you looked at it in that aspect though?
I kind of already just got thrown in the mix. So yeah.
Okay.
That's why
I wasn't ready before I did it. I'll put it that way.
If we understood what it really meant to be a provider, because you know we place ourselves in these scenarios unknowingly, thinking that we know exactly what it is that we're looking for, and we ain't even got the picture right. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking to that, because that was actually what I was going to address more of what Kay was saying. We have to do a better job, you know, and I know for those of us who are only raised by mothers, at times it can be difficult, but I don't even think we know the power we have in it a lot of times, because we are so shut down by the others who make it appear as if it's not money first. Like for instance, I brought up those scenarios with my dad or others because it mattered. Like, I always think of the scene in Love and Basketball and I know it's women, when she was telling her mom, like, it mattered whether or not you came to my games. Like, I remember the times when, you know, I wanted my dad to see me hit a triple, or I wanted my dad there, and my dad would give me feedback, or my dad would work with me before and after. Even though I hated being disciplined on academics in school, I'm like, man, you know what? My dad has had moments, both my parents have, where they've kind of expressed, like, you know, looking at me and my brother are, hoping that, you know, they did enough for us growing up. And I was like, numerous times I had to tell my dad, I was like, it was never about anything that you bought. Like, it was, I remember specific things that had to do with your presence being there. That was provision. Man. The provision was what you were in that moment. You were there.
But a lot of black men don't know that. That's why they don't be there.
Man, and it don't stop.
But they're also told
solid pops. But they still doing that shit in the ways that they can. Like, they still reach out and like, man, how you doing? Or like, even in adulthood, like, man.
But telling him that you don't need him there is effectively telling him that
that's a curse.
His presence is not valued.
And this is coming from women who never had a father or a man in their life. Listen, a nigga, I'm saying nigga on purpose, that's fucking your mom, is not a man in your house, because he's not adding to the growth of the family structure. He's just there to bone your mom and split. He's not adding to your life. He's not helping you with your homework. He can give a shit about you and your siblings. That's not a man in your house. That's a nigga. You gotta watch who you invite into your household, ladies. You can allow the devil, and you can invite the devil into your house. He's not gonna just barge through that motherfucker. But you gotta, when y'all have an open invitation and unlock your door and let this motherfucker in, then that's when the curse is like reformat. It's restarting all over again. They got to stop that shit. So of course, and those young ladies you talking about are byproducts of women like that, who are moms like that, who just get these niggas coming in and out of the house, fucking them, soul tying, strongholds, but ain't adding to these kids' life, ain't helping them with their homework, ain't teaching the young ladies how to be ladies, ain't spending time with these women's sons, none of that shit. They just there to fuck the moms.
None of it. Well, fellas, we got 2 P's and some in-betweens to touch on as well, you know what I'm saying? So it's about that time that we go ahead and swing this vehicle to some commercial breaks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned to the Patio PolitiCz, you feel me?
Yeah.
I just don't trust them. Never trust a hired man. If he'll serve you for one price, he'll for sure serve another for a higher one.
Man, it was this one time, before we even took the council to the level it is, Khaled looked me dead in my eyes, Mike, and he asked me, was I ready?
Shit's still brewing up out there from all that other shit. But you know I'm not one for running and hiding. But we need to be ready for what's about to come.
Cedric again. Messiah Williams. Yes, man. I didn't get your name, son. Excuse my friend. He's not into politics either. I see.
Sound like you're having regrets.
Nah, not regrets. Because at the end of the day, that's the price you pay, taking matters into your own hands to bring about justice in a community that you love.
You are
Make sure
now
y'all like, share, and
rocking
subscribe,
with
man.
the Patio
Don't go nowhere,
PolitiCz.
ladies. Don't go nowhere, man.
We rocking and we rolling. We
Yes.
about to get to the good part of this conversation. You know what I'm saying? We already talked about being a provider. You know, they love that. But what they love even more than a provider, which they never really put on Front Street like that, but we know the real, it's a protector.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every woman out there in the streets thinks that or knows that she can get down how she can get down and get around how she get around. But
Man.
you're always going to need that protection from, you know what I'm saying, a man. A
Man.
male. So as men, as modern black men, how do y'all feel about being protectors to your women out here in the streets?
Man, mandatory.
I feel like we are, and we all know it. If I feel like every man, even if he's not gonna do it, you know good and well that that's what you're supposed to do. Now, whether or not it's how they think we ought to do it, that's a different story. But yes, we are.
I feel like too the protection is not just physical.
Yes.
You know, they definitely want to feel protected physically by a man that's strong and all that. And it doesn't mean in stature. He can be strong in spirit, you know, but that's why I say it's not just physical, it's mental too. They want to know that you're emotionally available for them. That's what they saying now.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say it's an expectation. That's just their new word now. But they don't want you to lack emotional intelligence. Be there to hear them, listen to understand, psychologically be there for them and protect them, not gaslighting them or manipulating them. Spiritually be there for them, praying for them, praying over them. They, you know, women love a strong praying man because they see you're governed and protected by the Most High, and the Most High is giving you the power to protect them. You know what I'm saying? And mentally too, just really being there for their mind, man. And not only, you know, protecting them, protecting their intelligence and their common sense. That's a thing too. You know what I'm saying? I feel we provide logic in a relationship where they're more emotional and nurturing based, which is beautiful too. And not saying that we can't do that either, fellas, because we can, you know, because ain't nothing like a great ass nurturing woman who can protect you in that facet and protect your emotion. That's the beautifulest thing. But those are the aspects I think, like when we talk about protection, it's not just a physical thing, it's all them realms too that the women look at for protection too.
Why do you think women stop at the surface level of a lot of these things?
Because they don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And I think too, what's also is interesting is that you mentioned feminism at the beginning. It's they have what I feel like more of what the Bible calls itching ears because of their emotions, which means that they're more susceptible to follow shit because it sounds good or because it's what they want to hear. You know, i.e., I mean, you know where I'm coming from with this guy. But you know, the type of dudes out there that tell them the kind of shit that they want to hear. That's why whenever you hear them talk about a protector, a provider, a leader, it's always in the form or fashion of what they've created it in their head to be, not what it actually is at retrospect. That was why many times ago, I'm not gonna bring it up again, but you know, the whole leader concept. And I'm like, look, it's not just like a protector. If I'm your protector, some what I notice have registered as protection is I can go out in the world and put myself in compromised situations, and because you're my protector, whatever whatever happens to me, it's just your job to protect me. But if I tell your ass to sit still and stop going there or stop doing this,
nah, you ain't my daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
He's controlling. Oh, he's
those are clowns, man. I'm telling you. Now imagine the women who had a father in their life who was able to lace them with game, teach them the game, teach them to not be gullible and what to look out for. These women that you talking about wouldn't even exist, dog, because the father is going to be, she knows the position. She didn't seen pops tell moms, you don't need to be kicking it with your sister, because every time you go out on the weekends with them, it's always some shit cracking because of your sister. You can love her. You got to love her from a distance. But every time y'all go out and you kick it with her, you be about to fight with her, having her back.
They don't see it that way.
You got to sit your ass down.
Until after they get burned. And then the part you mentioned in the beginning about feminism, what they don't really realize about that is you can take what it says on paper to try to justify and say, oh, this is about equality. But then it becomes a whole, it's just justified rebellion against anything that a man stands in the image of.
Daddy issues.
So if a man told you, hey, don't do this, and I'm actually telling you this because I'm attempting to protect you, well, he's a man, he's an agent of that patriarchy, and I can do whatever the F I want to
do.
Yeah,
that's daddy issues. She don't got daddy issues. And if it all falls on her raggedy ass, funky ass mom, man.
How do you
many of them rebel against their fathers too.
Because of the funky ass mom. Well, she's older. You express to your dad how you feel. You tell him, girl, instead of saying he's a grown man. You're not supposed to do that. And these are the same funky ass women in church on Sundays having the Holy Ghost and crying.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Because they life fucked up. Get out of here, man.
How do you protect them from that? But that pretty much answers that.
But see, protect them from themselves, Mac. Come on. That's it.
And don't get me, man, there's some real ass solid sisters, man. Shout out to y'all who ain't have fathers in their life, T. Man. And they listen and because they want to grow and they want to break the curse.
Man. Absolutely.
So shout out to them. Man, they're here, man. Shout out to y'all. We love y'all.
Please DM me.
And they wanna and I'm saying this to say, man, they see the bullshit females you talking about, and they like, man, I don't want that. That's why they single. That's why they life fucked up. I'm cool. And they'll tell you, I don't want to be like my mom.
Yeah.
I see my mom chase away my dad, or that's why my dad left her at. They start to see. Sometimes it takes, I said this in an episode, it takes a real ass man, a God sending man that God sent, to be able to school a young lady on that, to bring that awareness to her spirit, and all that.
That's a war
with patience.
Yeah,
with
not patience.
Always receptive of that.
Yeah, they not. But through God and prayer, there are a lot that are receptive to it, because it's like, man, don't ask me, ask God.
Man, we didn't have convos on that.
Yeah, don't ask me, ask God. So if you got a grievance because I'm sharing what's on my heart, then ask him. And then sometimes it takes for a man of God to tell him, just watch your mom, baby. I ain't saying hate your mom or this and that, but just pay attention to this and that. And then they'll be like, huh? And then you be like, it's not strange to you that your mom is still single? And your granny is still single.
You gotta find a non-triggering way to say that, because that's triggering.
But that's the problem.
A real woman gonna want that shit straight how you shoot. She gonna want it without the beating around it shit. Yeah. She gonna want a straight cut. A real woman.
The most common shit that you hearing
is
your not what you say, but how you say it.
You ain't gonna have to tell it to a real woman.
Yeah, of course.
All that bullshit.
A real woman is gonna recognize it before you even have to go down that road.
And I believe in that too. I believe in that's not what you say, it's how you say it too, though. Yeah.
Well, it is, but I was gonna say, because I've been down that path before until I decided, and this is previous relationships, that I was like, yeah, you could do that, but I'm not finna be your punching bag in the process.
Oh yeah, nah.
Nah. And that's what many of them. So again, when we hear the whole talk of a real man or a protective man, they describe protects their emotions, and you ask you unpack it a little bit. A lot of times they don't
be unpacking.
A lot of times they don't unpack it because they believe that you being a protector of their emotions is actually. Like how many times have you ever seen the memes that pop up when they're like, I love a man who deals with me like a child, because sometimes I just be running off at the mouth or having outbursts.
That's gaslighting, sweetie.
No, that's really what it be.
Cut it out, baby. We ain't doing that.
The whole, basically he's protecting my emotions by being a punching bag. I won't say he's a punching bag, but I'm treating him like
I think a lot of time these conversations is had at the wrong time. Like,
you
want to have them when we arguing with them.
Mind ain't clear. Energy ain't right.
Ain't nobody receptive right now. But like when we choose the times, that's doing it like when we are building or when we are talking about the future over dinner or you know, when we are in a more balanced mood, it's more receptive, you know. And when you able to give it without pointing the finger.
Yeah,
you know,
that part.
like, man.
And see, that's just being stoic and being
right.
That's the way of the superior man. Like knowing and understanding the logic of we can't have this important pivotal conversation right now because we both at each other's throat. We both arguing. There's friction, and it's nothing conducive coming out of this besides finger pointing.
It's not polarizing.
It's not.
I can't protect you right now.
It's not healthy either. It's not healthy.
Hey, and let me ask, man, like when we show up in that way, like I believe it's much more difficult for problems to occur. No doubt we do deal with some that, hey, man, they're not gonna get with the program, and those the ones that gotta kick rocks.
Yeah.
But you got some that's gonna find it difficult, but they want us so much and they want it to work that's so much that they're able to find them parts of themselves that's able to reach for that higher self that we trying to get them to be.
That part.
And sometimes it'll happen through us because we are the ones that's easier to get to the stoic because it's the way of the mind.
Yep.
They are the way of the heart and we are the way of the mind. And once we learn how to master the mind, we able to teach them the same.
Man, come on.
And once they able to master the emotions, they able to make it less chaotic for us.
Message.
They can take us there. They can take us there emotionally.
Hell yeah.
But once they balance with it, it help us get ourselves in check. Be like, damn.
Yeah. I believe they are the masters of emotion, Ryder.
Yeah.
Women,
Sure. They can be.
Yeah.
They can, yeah.
As long as they know how to control their own.
Right. It's like
that's the problem I have with
your
the
same
whole
power will be your
emotional
kryptonite.
intelligence.
Yeah, that part. That
And
part.
I think for us, like our mind could be our kryptonite too.
Hell yeah.
It's our strong point, but it can also be the thing that damages. Same thing for the ladies with their emotions.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with the emotional intelligence argument.
What? Which one?
We come on, Kate. We've been on through this, man.
You got a beef with that, man. I don't think it's as serious as you
It's
make
some bullshit
it.
buzzword.
The battle between the mind and the
You don't
heart.
like
though.
buzzwords. See, that's what it
The
is.
battle between the mind
I'm
and
a
the
teacher,
heart.
man. I don't like buzzwords. No, unpack it. Show your work.
Show me how you got here. Step A to step fucking Z.
Don't just
Where's
submit me
your
answers.
scratch paper? I want to see
You
the
bring me a
breakdown.
Scantron with answers. I'm gonna cut the shit up and throw it in the trash.
Damn, man.
Said, nope. Take your ass back home and do it again.
Ladies,
bring your mama. I'm sorry, we
Ladies,
got off on a
if
tangent.
you won't let T provide and protect for you, bring your mama. We gotta
don't
get,
bring her.
You better not bring your mom.
You better not
You better not bring your woman.
take your mom
You know,
back to dad.
one of the coldest things, man, I had learned from a brother, man, sharing it with the brothers. He say a woman who tend to not like her mom and who despise a lot of things that she do tend to not like herself because a lot of times she gonna mirror her mom and have a lot of the same traits as her mom, and so if she don't like things within her mom, it's also things within herself that she may not like.
Yeah.
And so you know how that go. A lot of things that you dislike in yourself, you tend to point out in other people. You bring out in other people.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes it be hard for them to look at that because they always antagonizing it or always talking about it instead of like, damn, self-assessing and be like, damn, do I hold some of these qualities? You know.
Man,
I think that's universal though, because I mean, I think
With everything.
even pertaining to this conversation we're having right now, when you talk about what these roles are for us as men, that could lead to or be the reason why many may even resent their own fathers.
Yeah. That part.
Like okay, let me ask y'all this.
Hold on, Mac was gonna go on break.
My bad.
Oh yeah, because we still got to talk about being a partner, and then what I'm saying, get to some resolutions. So maybe we could do that in the same quarter, perhaps.
Yep.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. Commercial breaks, everybody. Y'all stay tuned. The conversation's getting good. Please don't depart from it. We will be right back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A culmination of powerful properties that create balance and produce good energy. Cultivating a culture of mindfulness is a daily battle. We target your inner me. Physiological effects, change you can truly feel. Aesthetically pleasing on the surface, but handmade to help you heal.
Similarly, if I'm always working outside with my hands, maybe she's better in the kitchen. Doesn't mean I can't cook, because I do cook. Y'all have seen this. But certain things just tend to complement better. But I say that's where the partnership comes in, where it's like we do these roles, but we understand it's about, whatever needs to get done's got to get done. And people don't look at it that way. They say they do, But where you see a lot of people being at each other's throats now is for who's not doing what role, which tells me they don't understand partnership.
Man, partnership, man. Man, partnership, man. You said it, bro. One way I can contest to it is I'm gonna say just sacrifice, man, being there. And I was taught early on, it's like we always should think like 50-50, like, man, you get 50-50, everything is that. And I've been increased to 100-100.
Man,
and
real.
within that, it's like give everything. You give your all, she give her all, and within that we create a system to where we overflowing one another. It's not that I'm pouring out of my cup to fill up your cup and then I'm drained. No, it's and vice versa. But no, it's that we so full within ourselves, and that the cup that we're pouring into this relationship, it becomes overflow, like flow. And what does that look like? It look like, man, you ain't even get a chance to go cook the meals because she didn't did it already. Like she beat you to the ways that you decided to love her. And same thing to where like, man, we not looking at what we missing, and we not tripping off of nothing because we know that we both sacrificing and that we both are being a team player. Partner, man. Yeah.
And it's not a competition either. Like a lot of the times, like people just miss the whole idea of working together and being a partner for one another, and just it's those expectations that they come into it with, not really understanding what the role is. Yeah, everybody is always pulled straight into just the monetary, like you know what I'm saying, that the assets of it, and it's just like it's so much more that goes into it. So
that's the reward.
But also think about this: when you talk about roles and how people are at each other's throats about it nowadays, we all play sports in here. Roles are played so that we can all get the W on the scoreboard at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Not because we playing till infinity and, well, I'm tired. Why you not making the shots from your range, or why you dropped that pass and whatnot? You know, it's like people are using roles now to justify, well, I did my part.
Justify errors. Or
exactly. Justify
put shine
errors.
On themselves.
You know, well, I blocked who I was supposed to block. You didn't run through the hole. You know, like instead of being like, well, no, if the whole play broken, we all still down. You know,
we both still lost.
Yeah, it don't matter if you executed what you needed to. Like the plan didn't go how it should have.
Right. Right on. You know, and so that's where I think the whole partnership is being misunderstood because. Again, you go back to the provider thing and how many say that they know it's more than money, but yet what is the main thing that they judge? They lead with judging on.
That.
Yeah. Which means you can't possibly understand partnership because partnership is, hey, look, if you know, I think Nash and Stoudemire, I think Shaq and Kobe, I think, hey, look, whoever's open, man.
Yeah.
Like,
and if I am the breadwinner, say for instance, like if I am that, that means that I got a strong enough partner out there that's making this other end. So home is good then.
Yeah, like, home should be good.
Yes.
Because you can have a good partner and you know, your togethership could still be
iffy.
Just a bit apart, you know. Yeah. It's all about the teammate that you got.
Man.
Yeah.
And they're balling. Speaking of which, talking about the teammate that you got, co-leadership in relationships, fellas. Can the idea of the man leads coexist with equality?
Meaning that we leading together?
Well, like the man is supposed to lead, but the man in this scenario is saying, let's do this together. Let's both lead. Let's walk side by side.
To me,
where the society's headed, I don't know.
I believe that is the ultimate way. Right?
Yeah.
I believe that's the way that's forgotten, the way that's lost. And I believe it maybe has like to where we look at certain positions and we'll put one over the other. Mm-hmm. But I believe that's just as equivalent to if we was having an argument about the elements. Like is water stronger than fire and air? And like, no, they all work together in different ways. Mm-hmm. And we need all of this to work in order for the whole thing to work. So I'm saying like, yeah, man, I believe we are pushing towards that, but those going to be the people who want to actually sustain relationships.
Yeah. T?
I think it's ideal. I think it may not, it's not the Eurocentric idea of what's ideal, but truth be told, I think that similar to what Five said earlier, you know, that feminism has taught them to kind of rebel against it. And it's not the man leading that's the problem. It's the wrong type of man, you know, in a state of tyranny leading, you know, that they are always basing their mindset off of. Because the same ones who say that they would rebel against it are the same ones who say that they would love to have a man who leads. And so my thing is this. I don't see enough women out there that don't want a man to lead them, or they'll refer to it in some kind of way, even if they grew up, like he said, without that influence and whatnot, because they know in the back of their mind, like, something is pulling them towards that.
Yeah.
Even if they haven't been clearly taught it. You know, that's why I said on a different show, I was like, you know what? Even cats out there who are the worst deadbeats, hell, the reason why dudes run off and don't take care of their kids is because you know at the grassroots level, even if you wasn't raised with a father, you know good and well as a man, responsibility is on us.
Yeah.
So they know, and I think that it is the ultimate way to go, because it's been done the way it's been done for thousands of years for a reason. You do not see other cultures that are thriving deviating from that at all. This new school, I'm gonna do things my own way, and
man, you see the Chinese culture, man. Man, you going? I don't know their culture like in depthly to where I can speak on it, but from observation, you see them, man. They shops that they have,
they're
work
very
that
disciplined
they do,
people.
Very disciplined people. But they work together though.
Yeah.
And they kids is smart as hell, thriving.
But they are so disciplined where every role, everything that they do, it's nothing but a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, exactly. To where it's a system already. It's already
It's what they were taught.
Yeah,
yes. And it's what they teach and continue to teach.
But something to mirror. Something to mirror. Like you can. We probably won't be able to get it as a whole. But if you get it within your bubble, your little immediate, man, that's what it's about, man.
I'm willing to start saying that we doing it already. We
come on with it.
We doing the work.
Yeah, we about to push that.
Man, for real. Because if we focus so much on what's not taking place and about us just giving parameters of what we can do or what should be done, like, let's just start speaking into an existence that we are doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that we need more of it. You feel me? Like, let's get more people on the team, and we can push this a little bit further than where we already at with it. You know?
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything here. Anything else? Emotional intelligence for the black man, the black modern man. Should black men focus more on being emotionally stable or emotionally available? Emotionally available or financially stable. There you go. Yeah.
I think you got to do both.
Yeah, but sure.
I don't think that's an either or.
Nah.
No, that's not an either or.
How so?
Because you gotta get
beating their ass and paying the bill.
Oh man,
Ike Turner not knowing how to process it. Just
I am your protection.
You're gonna leave me now, huh?
Man.
You need that cake in me. No,
man.
But I think when it comes to both of those, it's gotta be. Both of those are crucial to the growth of even the other. I mean, because
it ain't gonna feel good all the time if
you're not gonna be emotionally good if you're not able to get stable. And if you're constantly working towards it, many of us are, or have, or remember the time that it took us to get there.
And to add to that too, I believe that they are pillars that coincide next to each other, because you can have one, which means that you can be doing the financial part, taking care of everything on the outskirts, but then when you come back home, man, what is that gonna be like? Like you gotta be able to deal with her. She may not, her emotions may be high from dealing with everything inside of the house, because though we outside dealing with what we dealing with, she probably dealing with shit. Her day is just as long and
not knowing how to handle it at the same time.
You feel me? To where we mentally there, we like, all right, we know we just gotta get through it. We just gotta do it, to where we humble enough to go through the process. But her, she going through it, so and she's going to be emotionally charged each time, so that we gotta have enough power to be able to go home and be able to dissect that and to understand what's going on. But if we're not emotionally understanding within ourselves, we won't be able to see that, and we won't be able to help that. Sometimes we gotta go to the other room, let her have her moment. Sometimes we gotta penetrate it.
I gotta ask y'all though, before we go any further, because you brought it up, Mac. I need both of y'all define for me your definition of emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence look like, to me, it is knowing what knowing what I feel, being able to pay attention to the sensations when they erupt, and being able to, even if I don't have the language, I'm able to grab my mind within these moments where my heart is telling me to do all of these things. My heart is saying this, but I'm also able to grab my mind within this and find solutions and not be not give all the keys to my heart to make this decision. Was that too broad?
No.
Okay. Not at all.
More clarity on it. You mean like being able to compose yourself and not let your emotions be impulsive and wild.
Yeah, don't be so impulsive. Don't be so quick to respond.
Okay.
For sure. I'm gonna say those. Some of those.
That's one of the best definitions I've heard. Thank you.
One of the few.
I mean, the impulsive thing ain't so bad, just depending on what area you are in it. But I would add on to what you just said by just saying understanding how you feel and the feeling that you're going through and what brought you to that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Recognizing the journey, the signals, the signs, and just knowing, being more in tune with your feelings and your emotions that way as well. You know what I'm saying? What would you say, T?
That's one of the buzzwords I can't really stand. But if I had to put it in terms of what I think people mean a lot of times, I believe when they're talking about that, they're really just talking about a state of maturity. Because as you mature to me and grow, that sounds to me a lot like self-understanding, self-awareness.
Yeah.
Wow. So I only say that because I hear people abuse, to me, the term emotional intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
So
they're going to because it sounds.
It's the same way people abuse the word boundaries, people abuse therapy, people abuse calling everything a narcissist or whatnot, when they don't really understand context behind it. That's why I was asking y'all.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I think it's just mature. As you get more and more mature, you don't respond to things emotionally like you did as a child.
Yes.
So, to me, that's why I think it's growth, maturity, and self-awareness. Yes, I can recognize what I feel. Now, maybe you could say that I'm better at it if I've learned ways to possibly deal with these things instead of lashing out in other ways. Like, for instance, I know how to bottle things up when I have to and then release them later when I meditate on them. Yeah. Or, if I go to the golf range and that's why I go to the ones out in the mountains where it's peace and quiet. Different ways of managing those things.
Right. Constant practice.
Right. But I always hear everybody kind of like assign their own definition to it versus like you guys gave more a perspective, I think, of how people practically do it.
I mean, you can only go as far as your understanding in the first place. So.
Right. And even just taking it back to even if we was to bring a child into the equation, when children aren't emotional mature, like, man, they gonna throw up, they gonna have a tantrum. And then when they get a little older, they gonna mellow out because they know, they have a knowing now.
All things that they can't control because they don't understand what's going on.
Man. You teach them how to respond to things and they learn the wrong way. So now when they get older, they get impulsive when they don't get their way.
Man, like use your words, like certain ways
Man. Well, I'm about to use my words to go to this last commercial break so we can come back and talk about some resolutions if there are any. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all want to just do it right now?
Yeah,
I
believe that was it. Yeah,
I think we can.
We can. Well, just in a whole, as a modern black man, how do you continue to prosper in a healthy space to be able to provide, protect, and be a healthy partner?
I pride myself, man, on self-awareness. And as that may not sound as like, deep or whatnot as what everybody else is out there talking about, but I can say like self-awareness has helped me through so many things.
It's as deep as deep get, if you ask me.
Yeah. I mean, just like really observing yourself, and I'm like constantly asking myself, okay, why am I feeling this way? What does this relate back to? Okay, I feel about this the way I feel. Why is that? What is influencing that? Where did I know y'all always talking about I overthink shit.
Now sometimes you got to, especially when it becomes the thought of you, you have to overthink it.
Yeah.
You ain't thinking enough if you ain't overthinking yourself.
Yeah. And so, to me, self-awareness, because how am I responding also to everything around me that's attempting to instill its influence in me? And I say that like in terms of when we talk about these topics, protecting, providing, in partnership as a man. If the internet, if the mainstream, if everybody in my neighborhood or I guess in my influences, wherever the places I go around is talking about a protector or a provider is this, but some part of me tells me that, no, it may not be all that. These other things are important. Like I said earlier, the bigger thing was presence. I don't remember the exact amounts that my dad spent on a lot of things, but I do remember certain presences that just mattered.
Yeah.
That to me is having self-awareness and recognizing that. I don't think a lot of dudes, especially in our community, recognize the value of things that they're taught to devalue by society. So that's why I say self-awareness, because part of even being a teacher, sometimes I realize like, dang, you know what? I did not want to be here today. But just the 2 conversations I had with these kids steered them a different direction.
Yeah.
You don't even realize, like, all we did is sat down and talked for 8 minutes.
And that 8 minutes, man, could have been turned into a lifetime.
So self-awareness.
Man, for me, man, I'm going to say some practical ways to be efficient on all 3. Some I'm gonna say working out, that helps me to be able to stay on myself, to be able to be a good partner. Like I know I'm sure of myself, I'm healthy in the mind. Meditating, meaning I'm more self-aware, like my king brother said. I'm able to be more present. And also like within the working out and being mindful is that I know that I'm also equipping myself to be a better lover. So that is just keeping me sure of myself to where like, hey, I know I'm doing everything to keep my lady happy, to where that I'm less insecure, less worried about what she can be doing out here and this and that, because it's helping me to be a better partner, provider. I'm gonna say like outside of my passions and outside of what I love, really bringing some things that actually benefit the whole group and not just myself. Meaning that my art and everything and all the things that I love, that they could benefit my whole family and they could benefit the world, but practically right now it's not doing that. So I'm also got some practical things that's actually putting food in the household, or if it's not that, I'm providing. If y'all might got a different agreement to where it's something else, but keeping your foundation set to actually help the household and not be a drain, to where you can actually be a fountain in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And protecting part, man, that goes without say. I think the protection part goes deep. If it ain't in you, it's not in you. Some people, they don't have that, but I got a warrior spirit, man. It ain't going nowhere, so I'm always protect. And I think that that's part of me being a man. And that's something that's been born. That's
man.
I can't change that one.
Selfless. You gotta be selfish first, selfless next. You know what I'm saying? Understand it inside of you before you can bring it out to give it to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Even in learning myself, it took me seeing some of my mechanics in somebody else and going, wait a minute.
That's how it usually happens.
Wait a minute. I don't know if I like that or not. That's what I do.
Oh, yeah.
Or, okay, that's what such and such was talking about when I did it. Oh, okay, that's how I feel. That's what it looked like. Okay, then you can make a judge on if you like it for you.
It's a form of mirroring. You see yourself in someone else, and it's like, is that what I look like?
It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
accountability.
I picked up on that at a young age though, so that was really able to help me navigate through how I needed to in the best seasons. But to be a provider, protector, and a partner, man, I just think about that, like to be selfish first, make sure I'm good, because you ain't gonna get the best me unless I'm giving myself the best me, and then just being selfless afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you all of the best me that I possibly can. Appreciate as much of it as you can as well. Please, baby. Please, baby. Please, baby. But I think we done put enough on their noggin to think about what y'all think.
Oh yeah. We got to revisit that one again too.
Hey, everybody got different solutions. These are ours. Welcome to the Patio PolitiCz.
Man, and if you wish to come here and share your solutions, then you already know what to do. There's an email address down there. There's social medias that you can connect with us on. Just slide in them DMs, whether you want to be interviewed or you just want to come to the table and talk about these views, you know what I'm saying, and help us heal the nation, because, that's what we're looking to do, you know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all liking, make sure y'all hit that subscribe, that notification, ding, 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 so you know when we back up in this thing, you know what I'm saying, and keep the conversation going in the comments, you know what I'm saying. Appreciate y'all stopping through. It's Tuesdays, 6 o'clock, every last Thursday of the month, talking dirty. Y'all already know how it goes. It's the Patty. Yo.